Hello everyone and welcome back to Tales of Berseria. I'm Drunken Dan. I took a week off for the holiday, and also I was kind of busy with work and everything, but I'm back. And yeah, I know in the Mega Man video I said that it wouldn't be this week because of the way I recorded it, because originally I recorded that for the Christmas week, and I originally intended to plan to do that, and then I actually had a friend come over that I haven't seen, like, I've been friends with them since middle school, but I haven't hung out with them in real life since they moved to Wisconsin, so that was nice. It was Neuro, by the way. So, yeah, anyway, let's get started with this. I have a ton of tabletop stuff to talk about because I've had a total of 3 sessions between this recording session and the last one, so it might actually bleed over into the next part. Anyway, let's go on with the cutscene.
Okay, Fee. I need you to find us our next Earth Pulse point.
I found one, but it's really far. Way up in the northeast.
If it's that far out, it has to be an Engand.
Engand is a collection of small islands. There's a comparatively bigger one called Lionel Island, but that's the exception.
Yeah, I think the Earth Pulse point's probably out there.
Engand, huh? Those waters are haunted by ghost ships, you know.
Ghost ships?
Yep. Legend has it they snatch up wrongdoers who bear lingering regrets and whisk them away to that eternal voyage.
That doesn't sound promising.
Currents from all over the world converge in Engand's waters, so a lot of shipwrecks from distant seas end up there as their final resting place.
Uh-huh. Ah, so that's where the stories of ghost ships come from.
Boo. You guys have no imagination.
I'd rather they stay imaginary myself.
We should still be careful.
We'll be fine. Ghost ship, exorcist, whatever comes along. We'll be the ones to administer their last rites. Just one Therian to go. When I escaped, Ceres told me that Artorias could still be killed. That means she must have known everything. That Enominat is incomplete. How Therians work. But why did she betray Artorias? Why did she give me her strength? I know that try as you might, some fires can never fully be extinguished. But what made you go so far as to feed yourself to me? Tell me, why did you do it, sis? Ugh, what am I saying? Ceres was a Moloch. Just a Moloch. Just focus on what has to be done. Once the Therians are all together, I can end this. That's all that matters. That's all I need to think about.
Alright, oh wait, was that a spoiler? Oh god, Jesus. I wonder if anybody else ever figured that out. I kind of had a feeling early in the game, and that's because I played Zestria, so I knew what the Molochs were. Anyway, let's get going. Let me double check, make sure there's... Okay, so there's a couple dialogue things to bump into here. Let's start with that one. So, I'll talk about the tournament, because we actually got 2 Rise of the Rune Lords. The tournament will be quicker. I made a mistake in, running the fight for that. And I'll just mention that real quick, so when I describe what happens in the fight, you guys know. So, they fought that weasel shooter that I talked about, that I gave a hook shot, and I didn't read the thing properly, so he was doing an action with the hook, and then it's still firing like normal. When the way it's described in the writing, but I fucking misread it, it was my bad, is you can shoot it as a full action, but that's your full action. You don't get to do another like shot or anything like that. So what happened was I hooked somebody and then I shot anyway. But again, it's because I misread it, and I kind of felt like crap about that, but we didn't catch it until towards the end. And I've been making jokes about it even in other sessions where about the hook shot and shit. Anyway, oh, wait, let's talk to this guy first.
That prince you brought back is one interesting guy. He's happy playing with the dogs, right? And that's perfectly normal. But I swear, he even naps with them. And that hawk, with a big smile on his face?
And when Dial or Kamawana ask him to put in some work, he doesn't make a face or nothing. He just gets right to it.
Wait, they're asking the prince to do chores for them? Isn't that a little much?
Yeah, honestly, I was worried about it too. But when I asked him about it, he said not to worry. And get this! The guy says when he lived in the palace, he couldn't even yawn without getting permission. He couldn't even play with his dogs, let alone help other people with their tasks. Everything was the job of his servants. So anything we tell him to do, no matter how trivial, the guy happily does it. Says he really feels like he's alive.
Wow! Feels like he's too good a guy to be a prince.
You got it backwards. I'd love to see what a nice guy who gets the common folk does once he starts calling the shots.
But if he were to rejoin the royal family, he'd be our enemy, wouldn't he?
At the very least, he wouldn't try to control how we think, like the Abbey's doing now.
Either way, you're pirates. You plunder other people's ships. I think you'd be the enemy of any state.
She's not wrong, you know. You see, at least somebody in this fucking place has a brain. So, after their matches from the previous session, they went to... So, I changed the noodle hut, because I think... I'm a little... I raise an eyebrow at the fact that the place... I've had some people say that they disagree with me on this, but... that's fine. I kind of raise an eyebrow at the diner place at what was basically Japan Land in Pathfinder. It's called Noodle Hut. Like, okay, like, I get, like, say, like, in the States, like, there's places called Noodle Hut or, like, something like that for, like, a Chinese or, like, a Japanese, like, kind of place. It seems a little weird for, like, a place in Japan, but then again, maybe places are just called that in Japan, I don't know. But, you know what I mean. But anyway, I decided to kind of create that Crazy Bruce's character, so they went there, and I put a bunch of the NPCs there that they got to talk to. Right away, the players decided to not introduce themselves or talk to the Battletoads and Double Dragon, because they think that's the stupidest thing, which they fight next time we run it. But anyway, let's do this one.
Aw, come on! It's fine!
No, it's not. You have to do it right.
You're so mean, Medusa! If you keep telling me what to do, I'll hate you!
Fine, hate me then. So long as you do what I say.
Fine! I love you, Medusa, and you don't even care!
What's going on here?
Eleanor, Medusa's being mean. She keeps telling me to dry my hair after my bath, but I don't wanna.
What? Is that all you're arguing about?
This is important. Just because she's a Therian doesn't mean she can't catch a cold.
But I won't! I won't catch a cold! I swear! I don't want to take Mom's yucky, awful medicine, so I'm not gonna get sick.
If you insist on being so stubborn, we can do this the hard way.
There's no need for everyone to get so worked up. Her hair's pretty much dry already, right?
Yeah, what she said.
I'm spoiling her, aren't I?
Seriously. Look, we don't even know what would happen if a Therian catches a cold, let alone how to treat it.
That's true.
But look, I get it. I know you feel responsible for her.
You mean what happened to her mother?
Yeah, Laphicet told me about it.
My, look who's a little tattletale. I'm sorry, but I thought Medusa should know, just in case.
It's fine, I suppose. I should have told her myself.
Well, at least I understand everything now. It's all too tragic for words.
Yes. And the knowledge would not be something that a young child could possibly bear. I'm not planning on telling her.
That's probably your only option. But do you really think you can keep lying to her forever?
I have to. For her own sake.
For her, huh?
All right. I'll go with you on this.
You two are going through an awful lot of trouble for a selfish kid.
All kids are selfish. They're selfish. But that's what their families and their mothers should be there for. Don't you have any memories like that yourself?
Sorry, but I'd rather just keep them to myself.
Pish and Piffle. Everybody and their issues, am I right?
Technically true. But, so, anyway, so, they kind of introduce themselves with the characters. So at this point, I decided to introduce an idea for... I have two paths that I've created for, Billsby, the evil necromancer in the party, who's under the custody of the of Kaner, the Amadean Inquisitor. The one path he can take is actually being hinted to him through Natash, who is a person... Yes, it's Satan spelled backwards. I was being a jackass. Actually, where are we supposed to go now? Lionel Island. Okay. So, I statted him with some abilities similar to a psychic. And I had him talk into Bilsby's mind, basically trying to figure out what Bilsby wants, and he kind of figured it out. So he's going to talk to him later about it, which I'll have him do and whenever we run again. Sorry, I got a little burpy. I introduced the cleric and co, who likes to call them all by nicknames. What's it here? Bilsby is Bill, Kaner is Canary, and Sasuke is Suki. He hates it.
We're coming up on Lionel Island.
So much for the ghost ships.
Should we expect another welcome party waiting for us again?
No. I had the Bloodwings spread a rumor that we were raiding an Abbey compound far, far from here.
As far as plans go, that's better than nothing.
All this cloak and dagger. Give me a good old frontal assault any day.
First mate, sir. There's a ship drifting ahead of us.
A ghost ship?
It's an Abbey ship. Their flag. It's a distress signal.
Understood. Commence approach.
Are you actually going to help an enemy ship?
A ship signaling distress has neither allies nor enemies. That's a code all seafarers abide by.
It's an obvious trap.
Not even pirates would use a distress signal for a surprise attack. Of course, after we rescue a ship, we still strip them of everything they've got.
Anyway, if it's a trap, we'll kill everyone on board. Simple.
A waste of time if you ask me.
Oh boy, here we go, killing again! Oh, they are actually dead. Isn't that a shame?
Is this... the Corsair Scourge?
Benwick, do we still have any Salatoma left?
Yes, sir. If this is their full crew, we should have enough on board to treat them.
Now that you mention it, don't Abbey ships usually have a bigger crew?
These were all who were aboard when I hijacked the ship and made them set sail.
Teresa!
I knew I was being reckless, but I never expected we'd run afoul of the Corsair's scourge. But you know, I'm glad we did, since it brought me to you.
You seriously plan to fight in that condition?
No. I know you've won this one. Use me as you will.
Use you?
Don't bother asking. It's a trap.
Lionel Island is where you'll find Dees. Aetherian. My brother Oscar is guarding over it.
We can handle him just fine.
You should know that Oscar's acquired a powerful new art. Its formula developed by Lord Melchior. The art heightens a Malak's power far beyond its normal limits. The effect is incredible. Normal arts don't even compare. Even were you to win, you wouldn't come away unscathed.
Why are you telling us this?
The art is still untested and imperfect. There's no guarantee its caster will survive the effects. I don't want anything to happen to Oscar. If I'm your hostage, Oscar won't move against you. This will afford you a window to snatch the Therian and make your escape.
You're willing to betray the Abbey?
There's nothing in this world that could ever replace Oscar. I know you can't trust me, so don't give me your medicine. I'll place my life in your hands. Just save Oscar.
Lady Teresa!
If true, this information will be of use to us. For now, let's bring her aboard and give her the medicine.
So, you're going to believe her story?
An art that boosts a Moloch's power far beyond its normal limits. Sounds like we might be in for a real fight.
And she said that Melchior developed it, too.
Maybe this explains why he was so intent on acquiring that Siegfried relic.
If this is all true, a frontal assault might not be the best idea.
But why do you think Teresa is willing to go so far to protect Oscar?
Oscar is the second son of the Dragonia family, aristocrats with ancestral ties to the Asgard royal lineage. From what I understand, he was sent to the Abbey in the hopes of strengthening his family's ties to the group.
For the good of the bloodline. Happens all the time.
Teresa followed him to the Abbey, where she's been his constant savior, even if she's kept it from him.
So she's another noble too. Could have had an easy life if she just kept in her place.
No, Teresa was conceived, outside of formal matrimony, and her mother was not of what you'd call high standing.
It happens more often than you might think. My mother died, and my father's wife never cared for me. So I merely served the Dragonia family as a maid. Those were dark, lonely times for me. But Oscar was the only one who called me his sister and embraced me as family. Does a sister need any other reason to want to save her brother?
So you're back on your feet.
My sincere thanks for the medicine.
I can't use you as a hostage if you're dead. Where's the Therian?
Ahead through the Baird Marsh are the ruins of an ancient kingdom. There you'll find the Earth Pulse Point, along with Oscar.
What happened to number 1?
Lord Artorius took number 1 away from me. As it stands, I'm without the powers of an exorcist. As such, whether I live or die is for you people to decide. Once Oscar is safe, you can do whatever you like to me.
We'll do as you wish. All of it. I know you know this, Fee, but don't let your guard down for 1 second.
I won't.
Okay. Just to kind of summarize real quick, so after they talked to the people in the thing, I introduced them to Gomwe, who is one of the, story NPCs. Now, in the original version of the story, Gomwe is supposed to be, like, obviously evil and mysterious, but I decided to actually kind of screw around with it. So he's a merc for the Golden Crown that's, you know, kind of one of the groups that's behind, like, shenanigans going on in the tournament. I decided wouldn't it be interesting to make Gomwe instead, since he's already a hired help, just some hapless doofus who they hired to be on their team because he's really good at fighting. And he's actually a good guy, and he's like a hobgoblin, and I made him talk like this. Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, so I entered the tournament. Like, I gave him one of those kind of accents. And, I had fun playing him, and they seemed to enjoy him. Kaner got poisoned, but, Cassandra, the cleric, healed him. There was also the druid, who was a dwarf, named Bronelius, who talked like Santa Claus. And, so anyway, the tournament day comes up. They fight Kakashi on the tower. They pretty much raffle stomp him. I figured out why he does so much damage, Kaner. So I'm kind of building around that a little bit, just to kind of make it so the fights last a little longer. I'm not trying to TPK. Well, this fight I went a little crunchy, where I gave things to counter things for the party, just because I had a contingency, like I think I mentioned before, where if they die, they get onto the party, because they get resurrected by the other party anyway. So, they won, by the way. They pinned down the cleric really quick, and knocked her, and Tower Shield Fighter Lady out, who is a criminal, that, owes her life to the cleric. when that happened, by the way, the Weasel Sniper, he pinned down Sasuke because of the little mistake I made. But when the cleric went down and the tower shield went down, the gnome and the druid just kind of surrendered because they didn't want their friends to die. Because there's 2 evil party members on the player party, and Bronelius is aware of this and would rather not lose one of his friends. Because Kaner was, like, close to getting knocked out. In fact, there was a good chance that Kaner could get knocked out by the druid. In fact, actually, I remember, was it Ryan, his player was like, yeah, I can go down. And I was like, yeah, I know that, but so does the character here, and he knows what could happen if you go down. So anyway, that was how that went. And if I get a chance to, I'll talk about Rise of the Rune Lords. If not, I'll do it next session. Or talk about as much as I can.
I'll send a Sylph J if anything comes up here. Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
Still, why would the Abbey build anything all the way out here?
Teresa, what do you know?
This island may be uninhabited now, but judging from the ruins, we can tell that civilization has flourished and fallen here many times. This island lies at a focal point of air and sea currents, as well as the flow of the earth pulse. That means that malevolence gathers here too.
Is that why civilization has risen and fallen here before?
It is. Furthermore, the malevolence of those long-dead people still lingers here, lost and unfading.
Even after so long?
The more they prospered, the greater the loss of life.
Normally, this sort of thing could not be ignored. The malevolence here should have been dealt with in haste.
But because the Abbey is scheming to resurrect Inominat, there's no way they'd want to waste such a bounty. Bursting with malevolent juiciness, and no meddlesome people around to cause trouble. There couldn't be a more perfect spot.
If there's one place they'd put a Therian, it's here.
In fact, you probably heard phone sounds earlier because I was like, oh shit, I need to turn off some of it. Apparently I left some stuff on. Whoops! That was, like, media. Because I, flicked at my phone for a second, and then the media started playing. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to turn that audio off, didn't I?
This is an Abbey encampment. No one's stationed here now, but it's well maintained.
From what I could gather, it will be approximately 10 days before the next patrol stops by.
That's more than enough time to find the Therian and get it off the Earth Pulse.
We can rest here too. No need to rush things. We'll find the Therian, but let's do it right.
But, so, Rise of the Rune Lords, we got to run it again because Anissa's around. We set out to deal with, to find Fort Rannoch and find the Black Arrows. And on our way, as people who have played this adventure path will know, we run into an ogrekin who is hunting a cat, a firepelt cat who is stuck in a bear trap. And also he's got a bunch of fucking dogs, because of course he does. I don't remember if those were in the original... excuse me, if those were in the original or if the DM added them, but that doesn't really matter either way. So, by the way, now I kind of want to try and recruit random animals. But I'm gonna have to raise my handle animal to do that. Because it'd just be funny to recruit a bunch of animals. Ooh, those are good for him. Wait, are those better? Yeah, those are better. Though, higher crit... Nah, the crit... it doesn't up the crit that much. And, yeah, no, this is better. Lowers her health, ups her armor, lowers her magic by 30. Ups that by a little over 10. And that by a little under 10. But also lowers her crit chance by 10. But ups her attack by a lot. You know what? We'll go with this. I can regret it later. I don't want to down his armor like that. This would be good for Rokuro. Ooh, this would be good for Velvet. I just upped her thing. Now I gotta get one that's not gonna touch her. 87. This would knock her down. At that point, it'd just be stupid. Nah, we're not gonna give her those, because I don't want to down her magic after I upped it and downed her fucking, Alright, let's go with this shit. So, this will go to Rokuro. Oh, I remember that. Rokuro gets the, was it the boots? No, Velvet gets the boots. And what does Rokuro get? Rokuro gets the waistcoat. Alright. To equipment. Let's do a Rokuro's thing before I forget about it. Let's give him the waistcoat. There you are. Let me just double check, make sure there's nothing here that's better for him. I need to start selling my crap, because I got so much shit. Oh yeah, he also had new daggers. Oh man. I really like the Korigane daggers, because they just look cool. But these are just overall better, and his magic isn't even that good. Alright. I think I had boots for you. If I'm not mistaken, it was boots. Did I forget to buy the boots? There they are. Ooh, there's actually a couple pairs of boots. Maybe I can also give her some boots. Oh yeah, this is good. Though it does down the magic, like I was mentioning before. But it ups the other stats significantly. Alright, I'll give her this. Oh wait, no, Velvet has that one. Do I want to sacrifice her magic? Because that drops it by a good bit. But the damage she'd get, and also a much higher crit chance, and I'm not usually controlling her, so... I'm paranoid about crits. I don't get crits too often in video games. Ooh, this will up her magic. It'll down her defense, but it'll up her strength. Let's look at the other things, though. Oh, this actually... Yeah, let's go with this. Put her magic back up. I'm probably being really stupid with my, with my equipment selection. Stop judging me. I don't want to drop his armor that low. Alright, this should be good. Oh, my expedition returned. Alright, we haven't completed a couple areas, so we're gonna go back to a few places to complete them. By the way, it took everything in my being to not make a fucking Prompto joke there. You know, when the new recipe popped up. You have no idea how hard it was for me not to go, I've got it! A new recipe! Fuck, I did it. What? I wasn't setting up to do that. What are you talking about? You're crazy, man. But, okay. So, we set out to Fort Rannoch. We found that. We fought the dogs and the ogre. Nothing too crazy happened in that fight. We killed it. One of the dogs ran away, though we did a handle animal to pet it, and then it still ran away. And then we got to the homestead. At the homestead, we were accosted right away by an ogre king who kept popping out of the cornfield, spring attacking, and then going right back into the corn. And he kept hitting Galvin. Shit.
Teresa, it's been a while.
We haven't seen each other since the throne. But that doesn't seem like so long ago to me. Not when I keep hearing so much about you. Eleanor Hume, the traitor.
What of the Corsair Scourge?
Nothing to worry about. I've had my dose of Salatoma.
Was it as bad as you remembered it? Brings you back to when you were an initiate, doesn't it?
Why did you betray us, Eleanor? When the Abbey made you a patrolling inspector, they placed great responsibility upon you. Oscar should have been the one to take on that role. He had already been selected for it. But you wanted it so very badly, and that sweet, naive man that he is, he let you take it.
I had no idea. Oscar had already been chosen?
Yes, and after he passed on it, he was stationed on that dangerous island where he sustained that awful wound. And now, you accompany the monster that nearly killed him. I feel I have a right to some answers.
My desire to save humanity has not changed. I have simply found a path different from the Abbey's.
I don't find that answer acceptable.
I didn't think that you would. I know very well that you offer no compromises when it comes to Oscar.
You're right. I don't. Be sure to inform your new friends of that fact. In order for me to protect Oscar, I'm going to need you all to trust me. That's all I have to say to you.
I understand.
You're gonna have to trust me. I totally won't betray you. But, and if I remember, he had, like, a hook, and it would actually, like, fuck with Galvin's stats, so he couldn't, like, retaliate as well as he wanted, and then he would go back into the cornfield. Stormheart and Florini ran into the cornfield to try and get a hold of him. Both of them fell into pitfalls that had poisonous spikes. Florini, luckily, dodged the spikes. Stormheart was not as lucky. He took, I think it was Dex and Strength damage. I used Fly to see if I could catch him, which he actually considered, and kept rolling perceptions as I tried to figure out, and also rolled a... What was it? I flew up, and then I rolled a perception, couldn't quite find him. Dialogue.
I heard that they use this island to hold exiled prisoners. Just looking at this place depresses me. I hate it here.
We can't go carelessly wandering about. This place is dangerous.
I know. Still, from the looks of those ruins, there used to be one impressive civilization here. I can practically taste the hidden treasure.
The punishment for tomb raiding is quite strict, you know.
Think I'd be a pirate if I was afraid of the Abbey?
I won't stop you from looking for loot. But if you get into trouble, don't expect us to save you. Got it?
Aye, aye, sir.
Alright, so... I got ready to do a hold action. And, he sprung out, hit Galvin again. I think Galvin this time actually was able to dodge and get a hit in, but because of spring attack he didn't, so he sprung back into the fucking bushes again. This time I had a slightly better idea. Oh wait, no. When he sprung out, this time, I used hold person. That time he'd hit, but he sprung out again when I flew up, and I didn't have an action yet. So, he springs up. Again, what was it? I think Stormheart fell into another thing. No, he had trouble getting out, or something I can't remember, something happened with him. So I held action to use hold monster on him. He pops out again. Immediately, I roll hold monster. He rolls a crit fail. He gets held. I point out where he is. And Florini, who got out of her pit, walks up, climbs up his neck, breaks his neck. So that ended that encounter pretty quickly. After all the shit we went through. I'm gonna lower the volume again. But, like, other than dealing with that asshole, there wasn't anything too crazy. Kind of like how there wasn't too many crazy things in the tournament fight. That's why I kind of skipped over it. So then we get into the barnyard. Or, well, the barn.
Guardian was angry at it. Hold on. You can read a Guardian's heart? Yeah, sort of.
So we get to the barnyard. We get into the barn. There are several ogrekin with various deformities. One of them had stubby legs. One of them had... I'm trying to remember all of them. The one I remember the most was the one that was first described as to having no deformity, and then when he got his turn, he opened his mouth, unhinged his jaw, and started shooting teeth at us. That was cute. So he fought all the ogrekin in there, as well as the dogs who managed to escape from before. Fought them, and we killed them. Now, there wasn't anything too funny other than, like, there was one with a deformity that had a big nose, and I kept calling him Triple H, but unfortunately, nobody that plays is a wrestling fan, so no one quite got the joke of me calling him Triple H. But then again, to be fair, there's a good chance that everyone listening to this is also not a wrestling fan. But, anyway... They start fiddling with the door as Galvin, myself, and Shillelagh Lou go upstairs. Oh yeah, Shillelagh Lou is still with us. We go upstairs. We find the doors. They start messing with the padlock. Oh yeah, no, I didn't go upstairs. I stayed down and trying to tell them to not mess with the padlock. Samedi opens it up with a crit success. And there's a giant fucking spider named Biggin. I love his name too. Who has poison and webs. It's fun. Biggin managed to put more dex damage onto Stormheart. Galvin got some. In fact, Galvin had negative strength, which is weird, but he still rolls really high, thank God. Samedi also got dex drained. That was fun. So everyone in the party is like dex drained. We fight this fucking spider. We eventually kill it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the dumbest thing that happened in the dogfight. Right away, I went first, and I rolled, I have this spell, and I'm forgetting its name right now, but basically you drop a giant cube onto the enemies, and you can, like, pick the size, which changes the damage, but, like, you can hit more enemies for less damage and shit like that. And, I rolled, like, minimum damage, so that was kind of funny. Though the minimum damage helped in the dogfight when we came back and found the remaining dogs, because the remaining dogs were then killed because of that 1 point of damage, or 2 points, or 3 points, or whatever the fuck it was. So we fight the spider, we kill it, so we figured out where the venom that all these fucking things came from, including, I think, one of them had a poisonous spear that thankfully never got to be used on us. We find upstairs the remaining black arrows, which there was only 3.
Here's that we're finished here.
And, so Galvan so actually what's funny is, Galvan tries to do a strength check to break the shackles, and as he's doing that and failing his roll, I find the keys downstairs and just walk up and unlock it. Because of course that's what I do. And, heal her up real quick. Then, we get them out, we talk to them for a minute and figure out some of what happened. We learned that they were stripped of their items, they got captured by, Mama Graw's, and her ogre kin. Mama Graw's inside the barn house, which we haven't gone into yet. Or the farmhouse, not the barn house. So, as we're coming downstairs, he asked us not to, we mentioned who all we're with, and he just goes, I need you guys to do me a favor and not mention my name. And we're like, oh, okay. And we don't think much of it, but as he comes down and Shilalulu sees him, I'm sorry, I can't say Shilalulu anymore, I just call her Shilalulu. She socks him in the face. And so Melita asked, like, why did you do that? And the guy's like, okay, I probably deserve that. And, so she sits there kind of brainstorming for a second, and then goes, wait, is he your ex? Which then one of the black arrows just starts wheeze laughing, as we learn that she is her stepfather. And, as such, and basically like what he did apparently was, their town was attacked by so her mother married this man. Town got attacked by a dragon, the mother was killed, and he disappeared and basically became an adventurer, so she's got a chip on her shoulder about that, which you can't blame the woman. And, so yeah, that's what happened. And, that was that session. Actually, no, that was not that session. I forgot. We had the boss fight for that session. So, we go to the house, and we learn that Florini is really good at dodging traps. So Florini steps up, to the door, which we learned was the back door. And now I actually knew this because my group attempted this door before, and I think we didn't go that route because of the traps. Because we didn't know it was there, so we went the way that the front entrance. So we do that. We go inside, and we end up going face to face with Mama Graw real quick with several undead giants that she was totally having a fucking orgy with, and that's disgusting, but that's what was happening. If I remember, I gotta hit these for another route on the other screen, so I'm just gonna do that now. Now, this fight was hard. I spent my time doing debuffs, poking where I could, buffing the party, casting haste, as she kept passing as many debuffs as she fucking could on the party. It was hell. We also lost Stormheart. He got killed in the fight. We actually have him in a bag of holding like we do with Samedi shit.
That power number 2 displayed at the throne. Hard to believe he had that hidden in him. Lord Melchior said that number 1 was full of untapped potential as well. If I have the talent to use it.
Teresa, my lady, You seem angry.
Me? At what?
At me. For running away and joining Velvet.
Oh, that? I was careless. An enemy stole a tool of mine. I'm merely frustrated at my own incompetence.
A tool?
I don't care what happens to me now. Not as long as I can save Oscar.
I'm the one who hurt your precious brother. And you're asking for my help now?
Yes, you hurt him. You scarred his face, and his honor, and his heart.
Still holding a grudge then? Well, at least you won't be able to kill me in my sleep.
With no Malakim, I'm an ordinary woman. How could I threaten the Lord of Calamity? I'm painfully aware of my own weakness.
Good. Try to keep out of the way then.
Lady Teresa, Velvet isn't so different from you. She had a little brother,
I know all about the Lord of Calamity, but none of that matters to me. As powerless as I am now, this is the only path for me. It's the only way I can save Oscar.
Lady Teresa.
So, we eventually kill Mama Graw, but it was not easy. Like I said, Stormheart died. Actually, she tried to suffocate Galvin, which, thankfully, my second cast of Dispel worked and was able to save him. And, so we killed Mama Graw. Stormheart's dead. We were all pretty fucked up. We cleared the... So, we end that session like that. Though Anise, Stormheart's player, is okay with it. He rolled up a new character that I'll talk about probably next video. And, yeah, so we ran that far, and then we stopped for the day, because I usually have to go to bed around that time. Because I work early the day after, so we play until, like, around 11 or 12. I probably shouldn't, but... no shit.
Malakim are just tools.
What are you brooding over?
I know. Velvet, Eleanor, or Teresa. You're not sure whose little brother you want to be, eh? In that case, I assure you I'm the kindest of the lot.
The cruelest, most devious.
That's not what's on my mind. There's something I need to say to Lady Teresa.
Something you wish to say? Then speak, number 2.
That's just it. I'm not number 2. I'm Laphicet.
Laphicet?
It's the name Velvet gave me. It's very important to me.
Something can be important to you?
Yes, I have feelings. You see, Malakim are not tools.
Very well. I shall call you Laphicet from now on.
Thank you, Lady Teresa.
You're kinder than you look, my dear Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa.
You misunderstand. With so much at stake, I don't want to rock the boat.
Velvet, tell me what you know about Teresa and Oscar. I want a clearer picture of what they can do.
All right. Teresa and Oscar are...
I can give you the lowdown on everything Abby. Lady Teresa and Oscar are the best of the best, even among the praetors. Some call them the consuls. There are only around 100 praetors in the world, so we're talking very elite.
Anyone called a consul is going to be adept at both fighting and leadership. They are key figures entrusted with responsibility for major cities and institutions.
The fighting part is all we have to worry about. Are they better than you, Eleanor?
Yes. I was a primus, which is a full rank below them. I could never overcome Teresa's arts or Oscar's swordsmanship in our practice battles.
When they were still trainees, they worked together to wipe out dozens of demons in a single night. After that, Lord Melchior kept a close eye on them.
Appreciated. I'll be on my guard.
Together they sound like a real threat. Thankfully, we're only after Oscar alone.
But Oscar has mastered a new art developed by Lord Melchior. You can count on it being a nasty one.
You really do know a lot about this stuff.
It's a little suspicious.
You think so? Well, I was at the Abbey, so...
Why don't you call him Lord Oscar?
That's what's bothering you? It's because we're both so popular with the ladies. I consider him a rival.
Uh-huh. I won't say anything, but I know it. You fuck. But, what was it? So yeah, Stormheart died. I need to roll up another character who unfortunately didn't come up until like towards the end of the next session. But like I said, I kind of want to get through this quick because I'm running low on time and in real life. Because I'm doing this recording kind of late because I fell asleep after work because I was tired. And I still need to get a shower. So, yeah. Is that TMI? I don't know if that's TMI. It might be TMI, I don't know. What is over here? I'm kind of curious. That's why I hit the button. I'll re-hit the button once I'm done crawling. Oh, okay, Norman box. Nice. But I am looking forward to telling you the next part of the story next session because it is interesting. Oh, drop earring. Oh wait, you know what I could do? Hold on, can I accessorize her completely? I want to give her the drop earrings because they're pretty. Let's see here. Yes. Get rid of the halo. Oh, okay, so I gotta get rid of the rose in order to have both drops. That kinda sucks. Let me get a zoom in on that. Cause I keep dressing this girl. I've got problems, okay? Yeah, no, those look cute. I like it. No, in all actuality, having, like, dangly, like, jewelry like that would be a fucking nightmare in a fight, man. That would not be a good idea to have. Like, if you wanted to have, like, earrings and you were a fighter, well, A, you probably shouldn't, but for whatever reason, you had to have earrings. Or something like that. Just go with, like, the little, like, kind of like the little, like, pearl or something like that that aren't easy to grab or tear your ear off, like what would happen to her in all actuality if she was wearing these things. But, though, like I said, it's probably a better idea just not to wear anything like that. But, I guess I just say, like, so, I guess just the only other thing I can think of to say is my holiday was nice. Nothing too crazy. And, yeah, so I had, like, a normal holiday. Okay, I guess we'll stop talking now, cutscene.
Oh, it's a beetle.
Yeah, a Lionel giant thunderstag beetle, to be exact.
Why do they always have such awkward names?
I think it's a cool name.
I've never been able to figure out why boys are so drawn to these things.
Huh?
What's the matter? Didn't you want to see it?
Yeah. Thanks.
When he was little, Oscar was always running around the woods collecting bugs. He'd get so into it, it was never long before he'd trip and hurt himself.
Did you grab bugs for him?
Yes, I thought they were gross, but I was much taller than him, and I had the reach. Once, he gave me a whole pile of cicada shells as his way of thanking me. I just screamed.
I'm sure he just wanted you to know how he felt. I can relate to that.
Rather unusual for a Malak like you to contemplate such things.
Well, I try to. It's just really hard sometimes.
It's hard for people, too. Sometimes it feels insurmountable, and yet we can't give up. Sometimes you just have to say what you believe in your heart, even if you're not good at saying it.
What I believe.
Fee, hurry up already!
You know, I think it's funny they're always like, oh, boys are so drawn to this.
What were you two talking about?
Nothing.
But like, I'm like, man, when I was, so I still, actually no, I'm better now. There are bugs I just won't touch. But I was never that guy. Then again, with a voice like mine and some of the things I'm into, you guys, I think like some of you think I'm fairly effeminate. So it's weird. I am in some ways, but I'm not. It's weird. I don't know. That's kind of why I say gender roles are dumb, and I feel like just swapping them is just dumb too. But at the same time, like I feel like just okay. What I'm trying to say is everyone just be themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you're into, any of that kind of shit. All right, I'm gonna hit this thing again because I think. Let me grab this. Ooh, nice. I spent a lot of money earlier, so that'll be fucking helpful.
Hey, Laphicet. Found a new stag beetle, did you?
Yeah, Lady Teresa caught it for me.
Ooh, those pincers are sharp. Eisen, take a look at this fine specimen of a stag.
Wait, I believe that
God
might
damn
be a
it.
two-horned rhinoceros beetle.
Listen, you two. If you're gonna get in another fight over this, I'll just say it's a new type of drone beetle.
You wouldn't.
You've really figured us out, huh?
Eleanor, you didn't make him say that just now, did you?
I did not. I've made a pact with him as a vessel, but he isn't tethered to me.
A Malak, acting so human.
I used to think that way. Malakim possessing free will just like humans? It was inconceivable. But meeting Laphicet and Eisen taught me the truth. They laugh in joyful times, and cry in sad times. Their stomachs even growl too.
Their stomachs growl?
Now I take it as a matter of course that not only Malakim, but demons and Therians too, have their own thoughts and feelings.
I thought you hated demons.
I certainly still do, but now I feel something besides just hate.
Malakim with free will? Demons and Therians as well?
You must have sensed that in Laphicet, or you wouldn't have caught that beetle for him. When you saw his beaming face, it must have reminded you of when Oscar was a young boy. Am I correct?
This conversation's over.
Yep. You hit a few too many buttons.
Teresa, be honest. Isn't there something wrong with the Abbey using a dangerous experimental art out in the field?
Oscar's the one who decided to go through with it. Don't presume to know anything about
Yeah.
it.
Fine, whatever. Crazy, stupid psychopath. So anyway, is there anything else to really... Well, I mean, like I said, my holiday is pretty good. Man, also, I watch people playing, like, Smash Ultimate, and I unfortunately won't buy a Switch until probably the end of tax season. Because, you know, I want to make sure I know how much I owe, or how much I might get from my return. So, I don't want to make any big purchases like that. Which sucks, because I really want to play Smash Ultimate.
Using that art could be fatal. I can't allow Oscar to try it.
Lady Teresa, is
Yes.
something the matter?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But you looked like you were in pain.
Oh. I was just thinking a bit.
You didn't have time to rest after recovering from the Corsair's scourge. You're awfully hard on yourself, you know.
And even harder on others, am I?
That's not what I meant.
It doesn't matter. I'm well aware that I'm stone cold. But they say a Malak never knows his vessel's heart. I said nothing all those times you snuck off to the library, did I?
You knew about that?
Of course I knew. But I was just letting you roam free like a master might let her little pup. Number one didn't wander about like you did. What makes you different?
I'm sorry.
Well, boys will be boys, I guess. But I was planning on punishing you if that behavior continued.
Punish me how?
You don't want to know. It might wreck your good...
Jesus.
Lady Teresa!
Look at how open she's being.
No.
Do you really think she'll work with us?
I don't think she's lying to us. But I don't think she's being entirely truthful either. Look, I know I probably don't have to say this, but...
You don't. I won't let my guard down. If I see anything funny, she's dead. And since she has no Malak, It'll be quick.
No Moloch, no weapons. You know, the works. Just basically a normal person against demons and weapon-wielding people. But, oh, I'm going the wrong way now. No, I was going the right way. Fuck, I'm being stupid. But, yeah, I really want to play Smash Ultimate. It looks so fun. And it looks so goddamn good. But I won't probably get a Switch until maybe, like, around March. Unless someone buys me 15 Switches! But what I should probably do at some point is buy a copy of Smash so I can get the Piranha Plant. I saw Jokers in the game, clearly, and I'm fucking down for that shit. And, motherfucker. There's another button I have to hit in order to press. Nope. Shit. Oh, it's over here. But, yeah. Like, Daisy looks fun as hell to play. I know she plays very similar to Peach. There are some differences I noticed. Like, her, one up air is different, or is there up smash? I heard she's better at comboing, but but she's not as, like, combo-friendly in the air, or something about Peach is better in the air. I don't remember. But I want to play her. I want to play, like, a lot of the characters. The game looks so fucking good. I've learned that, King K. Rool... I know I said, he sounded a little busted from what, a train man was telling me, but I disagree with him now, because now it sounds more like, and this might come up in the next recording. It sounds more like, he is, as my friend described it, the scrub cleaner, I think he called it? He gave it a kind of a name like that. Where it's the kind of character that is like a wall if you don't learn how to get good. So the way to beat him, from what I've seen and gathered, is you want to bait him into attacking and then poke him in the back, because he can't counter from the back. And if you keep poking him, you can break his super armor, and then he's super punishable and easy to kill. And that's pretty much what you gotta do. And that's not really anything too crazy from things that I've dealt with in various fighting games. Okay, I think this is the wrong way. So yeah, let's just go the hoverboard route, I guess. Oh shit. But yeah, it's kinda... Yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know, it just looks really good. I do want to switch for other games too, like I want to play ARMS. I know nobody's playing that anymore, but I still want to play it. And there's a couple of games here and there that I want to play. But... Where am I on the map? Oh god, I went in the complete wrong direction. Alright, let's go back. Once I get to the save point, I'm gonna stop playing for today. Fuck. So I gotta get there. Oh, you know what I'm probably supposed to do? I'm probably supposed to hit this button. Alright, let's hit that. Then go back here, I think. Then I can make my way that way. I think this is how it works. I remember I got stuck on this before. Fucking Switch puzzles, man. Yeah. I think this is what I gotta do. Wait, no. I gotta hit another button. I think it's this one I gotta hit. Color the turn. Okay. I think this is the route I take. I think. I'll find out if I'm wrong in like 2 seconds, though. Because I see those barriers right there. Okay, I was around this area before. Okay, so that's sealed off those 2 ways. Huh. If I don't figure this out in a couple seconds, I'm probably going to stop for today. And then continue next time. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm a little confuzzled. Okay, well, I need... Damn it. I was trying to avoid a battle. Shit. I didn't stun him? That's lame. Now I don't have any extra attacks. Motherfucker. Okay. You know what? Oh wait, I forgot. It works where I take control if I do it like that. Oh god, I'm being dumb. I did not want to... Whatever, I'll just be Eleanor for a second. Okay. Let me just back up. See if I can do a spell. Alright, do an attack. Get back to Velvet. There we go.
You won't get any pain.
Okay. Fuck. That was nuts. Okay, maybe what I do now is I travel back this way. And I go through one of these ways. Where am I? The other way would take me that way. Let's try the other route. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, fuck, man. Well, this place... Actually, yeah, this is opened up now. Cool. I think this is opened up now. Was it closed up before? Just call me Beavis and Butthead, I guess. I'm just full of dumb right now. Shit. Did I do this right? Am I going the right way? Looks like I'm going the right way. Well, that place is closed up. Okay, cool. This is the save point. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed Tales of Berseria, and I'll see you next time, where if I have time, I'll talk about the last session that we had. The one I haven't talked about yet. And, if not, well, we're gonna have another 2 weeks of Rune Lords. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.